ever heard of the saying, "It takes a village to raise a child"? What does this saying actually mean? Well, of course it means that it's difficult to raise a child. But it also means that villages, or communities, have something that can help to raise children. Hi, I'm Prisha, and today I will be talking to you all about the power of community and the important role that it plays in today's world. To start off with, let's take another look at the saying. I think that in a community, you have all these different mindsets and perspectives, and these change the way that a child thinks and behaves. A child learns almost everything it knows from its surroundings. For example, here in the Netherlands, almost everyone I know owns a bike, and they go almost everywhere with it. And for me, that's normal because I see everyone in my neighborhood traveling by bike, so I got influenced by their actions. However, let's say I were to grow up in the United States. Things would have been different because there, only less than 20% of children bike on a regular basis. So the chances would be that I don't travel by bike very often. So as I said, the things that the people in your community do, think, and say has a big impact on a child and becomes the normal behavior. Now, it's important to remember that when I say community, I don't just mean your neighborhood. Your community can be your school or office, a group of friends, or your sports club. Sometimes you don't even realize that you're part of a community, because a community is just a group of people that share something. Now, to explain all of this to you, I'd like to give a few examples. When I was 7, I wanted to learn to skate, but the problem was that both of my parents didn't know how to. So I took the help of one of my communities, my neighborhood, and in the end I learned how to skate. But they didn't just teach me how to skate. They taught me how to be resilient and how to work hard for my passions. That is the impact of a community. Until this day, I still use my resilience skills, not just when I skate, but when I learn something new at school. I would also like to give another example. One of my hobbies is to play tennis, and I do that at the LTC Start Band Club. Of course, I work with my coaches that are there to help me, motivate me, and support me. But with that, I have a few enthusiastic parents that are there to encourage me to become a better player. And now I have a whole community of people that are there to support me and encourage me through my ups and downs. And these are only two of many examples. So you can only begin to imagine how much impact communities have had in shaping up who I am today. And I mean, don't you think they've done such a good job? But these are all privileges. Privileges that I can enjoy growing up in Western Europe. However, these communities can also help to provide basic needs to people, such as education. And a great example of this is the organization Mentors Without Borders, which is a group of people that help students to accomplish their goals and careers. Take Alan, for example, who was a student studying in South Africa. And after taking the help of Mentors Without Borders, he learned all about programming and is now an engineer. Now imagine if Alan were to follow the saying, "Each one, teach one." Imagine the kind of impact that would have on millions of other Alans all around the world. So clearly, communities are very powerful. Without these connections and groups that humans have formed to actually exchange knowledge, who knows where we would be by now as a species? Like Helen Keller said, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. So as you all go home today, think if you are actively participating in a community, and if you are helping your own Alan to become the best version of himself. Thank you.